my name is Putih Sekarwangi Bramanza.
Hello everyone, my name is Rizka Putri Arinta.
Hello everyone, my name is Miftahur Rafiah.
Hello everyone, my name is Nadila Septicahyani.
Today we would like to talk about Feynman Technique.
Have you in this situation where you will do the presentation about something but you don't understand the topic? Imagine that you as presenter not really understand. So how about the audience? So we would like to tell you about Feynman Technique. The Feynman Technique is a learning concept you can use to understand just about anything. Before we going far, have you heard or know about Feynman?
Who is Feynman? Feynman is a great scientist. In fact, back in 1965, he won a Nobel Prize for his work in quantum electrodynamics. Furthermore, he contributed to science in a number of different ways, including in the development of Feynman diagrams. In addition to being a great scientist, he was also a great teacher and a great explainer. You know what? One of his nicknames was Feynman the Great Explainer, because he was able to boil down incredibly complex concepts and put them in simple language that everyone could understand. So that's why he is one of those great scientists who is also known as a very good teacher.
On this technique, we have 4 steps. The first is choose a concept to learn. The second is teach it to yourself or someone else. The third is return to the source material if you get stuck. And the last is simplify your explanation and create analogies. For the first steps is choose a concept to learn. On these steps makes us deliberately to know things that are not known. The topic to be selected can be written at the top of a blank page and contained in one several pages. Why this step works? Number 1, you face what you don't know. By writing topics on blank page, you acknowledging you are starting from scratch or at least filling in some of the blanks. Number 2, you need to be specific. Considering most of us are ignorant about most things, therefore, writing down explicitly what is not known would be a starting point. And the last is, you have to start small. When you only have one page to fill with information, you can include everything you need to know and only include a few of the essential.
Okay, the second step is teach it to yourself or someone else. Write everything you know about a topic out as if you were explaining it to yourself. Or alternately, you can teach it or explaining it to someone else. Remember that you need to use simple language as well. Why this step works? First, it makes it harder to trick yourself. When you have to truly explain something, you encounter the holes in your reasoning. Think of this piece as a process to obtain understanding, not something you're the ones you already understand. Second, it's even harder to trick others. If an explanation you're providing doesn't make sense, they will often tell you or you will know by their blank stares. When you ask them to repeat what you told using their own words and they cannot do that, it means your explanation is too complex. So simplify it and use the plain language. And 3, you build confidence. When you truly understand something, it clicks. You can explain it forwards and backwards. When this happens, it builds confidence and push you to tackle even more challenging subject.
The third is return to the source material if you get stuck. Go back whatever you are learning from a book, lecture notes, podcast, and fill the gaps in your knowledge. Learning must be iterative. Once you know which parts you don't understand, underline those parts. Refer back to material or manual to understand any unclear points. If you have to appropriate information, try to arrange it again in step 2. If you are still confused, you can go back to reading the material or manual. Why these steps works? First, learning becomes an iterative process. These steps help you to constantly refresh your knowledge. The second, you are actively engaged. Use the search is an active process. When we actively make our notes from search, we can make readily commit knowledge to long-term memories. And the third, you broaden your knowledge base. Paradoxically, the more we learn, the more our ability to learn increases. Looking through a textbook chapter may feel like a different language the first time. The second time, it becomes clear. And the third time, with a solid base, we took siege that we couldn't have seen before.
The last step is simplify your explanation and create analogies. On this step, you have to streamline your notes and explanation, further clarifying the topic until it seems obvious. Then, think of analogies that feel intuitive. Well, every field of study has its own specialized term. While it may be important to know them, but it's also important to not confuse knowing jargon with knowing concept. This technique involves simplifying our initial explanation and refining our understanding through simple analogies. Why this step works? Has two reasons. The first one is simplicity is a proxy for understanding. It's easy enough to commit terms to memory and repeat them back when prompted. But memorization is not understanding. When we can rely on big words that make us sound smart, we have to distill what we truly know to the most basic form. This is where the true understanding takes place. And the second one is analogies are easier to recall and explain. When you understand a challenging concept, analogies allow you to create a shorthand and recalling it quickly and explaining it to others clearly. Pushing ourselves to create our own analogies is more powerful. I think that's all from us about Feynman Technique. So thank you so much for watching this video, and we hope this video can help you on your next presentation. See you guys on the next video. Bye!